Sorry about that. So I'm up here talking. You guys can't hear me. Hold on. Hold on. I'm going to have to go. Just a second. It's my wife. Hold on. Sorry about that. So yeah, sorry, I had the microphone off. Sorry about that. You know, in these crises times, when the wife calls, you just got to pick up the phone. Can you hear me now? Right? You guys can you hear me now? Not that we don't have all the students yet, but that's okay. Yeah, it's going to record it, and then we'll post it online and stuff like that, and people can see it as we decide on what we're going to try and do, or as I tell you what's going to happen from here on out. Yep. All right, great. So, move this a little closer. Realized. There we go. So, as you all know, and I'm pretty sure have been experiencing, things have all moved to online, which is going to make things very interesting for a class where you guys are supposed to be doing presentations now. And I think that we will still be able to do it. Now, with that said, there's going to be a little bit of a change, right? We're not going to just kind of randomly go in there. I will be, at the end of class, I will be assigning random people who has to go. Now, obviously, we're not doing anything this week, right? But with the way that things are going to work, I think we can put more people into less time. Okay? So we are going to try something different. Like I started up a oh crap. Okay, just give me a second, okay? Give me a second. Someone's ringing my doorbell. Just give me a second. Sorry about that. Sorry. Don't these people know that I got work? Sorry. The thing is that I don't know why people would be knocking, but when my wife called, she was all like, "Hey, go get this from these people." I'm like, "I'm in class. I gotta do this class." And they're like, "Oh." And instead of keeping our butt at home, which you guys should be doing, keep your butt at home. All right? What happens? They come to my house and ring the doorbell. Anyway, so hopefully there won't be any more interruptions because I want to get through this. I don't plan on keeping you guys that long because I want to make sure that we can get through this. You guys can ask any questions that you need, and we'll just go from there. Okay? So if you haven't looked yet, if you haven't gone to Blackboard, which you should, and go to Blackboard, you will realize that there is a discussion board in the green part on the left. There's a discussion board, right? Click on the discussion board. There's one thread. I'm the only one who can open up a thread. Click on the thread, or the forum, sorry. Click on the forum. There's only one forum. And then there's a thread, right? The first thread. That one, I need you to click and make sure that you say, hey, I have access to Blackboard, right? It's how I'm going to be able to keep you accountable for this week. So that's how you're going to get your attendance for this week, is by going on there and saying, hey, I am able to get to Blackboard, okay? Because all our discussions are going to happen there. Every week there's going to be discussions. That's where your participation is going to come in, okay? So you got to make sure you jump on that. Then I will be giving you tests, but it's going to be really easy because they're going to be open book tests. So that should be pretty fun, right? So from here on out, everyone should be awesome, right? But we have to do these presentations, okay? So I'm going to post in the forum and say, hey, does anyone want to go first? And if I have enough volunteers, I won't pull anybody, but if not, I will, before the end of the week, I'll make sure that I send everyone who's going, okay? And I'll put up a list and be like, hey, here's the announcement, here's who's going. Now, what we need you to do, okay, is you're going to have to start your own thread. It's very easy. You start your own thread. Boop, pops up. Click it. Subject line. Put your name. Okay, put your name. And no, that's it. Just put your name, right? And then in the message, what I want you to do, any type of notes that you are going to use for your presentation, I want you to put in the discussion board, okay? Now, it will only upload one thing, right? So you want to make sure you upload it. I hope that everyone will be, if you're like, oh, well, I have a PowerPoint, make sure you export it as like a video, right? You can export it so that everybody can look at it. You don't have to have PowerPoint on your computer to look at it. You can just click on it and then it plays through. You want to make sure you export it that way. But here's the kicker. Here's the one thing that I need from you guys, okay? So before, you're going to have to do a 30-minute presentation, right? Now it's 10, okay? It's 10 minutes. But here's what you have to do. You have to record your presentation. I know you'll be able to get through it. 10 minutes is nothing. But if you go over, that's cool, right? But you have to record it and then put the recording online, okay? So you'll have to either put it up on YouTube, put it up on Vimeo, put it up on something, because I have no idea if Blackboard is even capable of handling video, okay, and storing it. So it should be pretty simple, right? Take your camera, record it, post it, okay? And if you're like, oh, well, I have something, give us the link, right? Put in the link, and then life will be fine. Then we'll click it, and what's going to happen is I will take, it should be 5 people. Yeah, we'll do 5 people a week, right? And what's going to happen is I will take those 5 videos and I'll put them up and we will watch them, okay? And then when we watch them, you're going to not comment in the in the chat. That is neither here nor there. But what you'll do is you'll go to the discussion board under their thread and then post your comments there, right? And if you have questions, you'll post them there. Actually, you have to post one question. You have to ask one question and then have one comment, okay? And so you'll have to respond to all 5 people. That is how you will get your grade for the week, and that is how you'll get your presentation for the week, okay? So 5 people will be going next week, and then I need those videos in before class starts so that I can download them, or I can click on the link and then we can all watch it, right? So I'll play it on YouTube, and that way we'll all be able to watch it, okay? Now, so if I'm using flashcards, you want me to type my cards in the thread? Yes, please. You know, put a Word document, and then just have it as bullet points. Here's my flashcard, bam, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and just bullet points, okay? So we can have the information, and that way it'll just be easier for us to look at it, read it, and especially if someone misses it, if they're like, oh man, I missed it, right? We can have notes that you've given us and the video to look back on. Let's see. Since the video is now shortened, what's the rules on using video, pictures and stuff? Pictures and stuff is still the same. Video, still the same, 3 minutes. Right? So most of your stuff can be knocked out in a video from something else. Okay? So there you go. So that should be easy, and then we'll be done before the semester's over. Okay? So that should be pretty easy. And here's another kicker. Remember when I said I was going to give you that test? You know, the end-all test with all the answers of the test? Well, hold on. Brownie, you got to go upstairs. So, here's the kicker. All of that information is at NSU. So, so I don't have it. So I'll come up with something, right? I'll come up with something, and I'll still give you that redemption project to help you probably touch on some really big points, and yeah, we'll go through it, okay? Let's see, what else we got? Put the video link in the discussion board. Yes, under your name, right? So you're going to start your own thread, and then you would put the link that way, right? You don't have to send it to me. You don't have to do anything. If you put your notes up, everything is going to be in that link, okay? Notes, video, link, everything. Everything is going to be there. The one thing that's a problem when it comes to Blackboard and the discussion board is that you can only post one image or one file per response, okay? So you're going to, if you're like, oh, well, I have a Word document and I have PowerPoint and I have something else, pictures I want to do, you either got to put it all into a PDF, all the flat files and stuff in a PDF, or you got to reply to yourself with each one, okay? So I think that this is going to be the easiest way. We'll meet, you know, on Wednesdays at 5, same time. I'll have the video up. We'll watch the videos live. Then if you want to say stuff on the board, you can, like directly on the chat. You're more than welcome to. We will give a short time to figure out what is happening, you know, like in between. If you actually have a question and whatnot, they can answer it and stuff. But if not, it'll be on the discussion board. They will have to respond, okay? The people who are presenting will have to respond to every single question. That is part of their grade, okay? So we're going to have 5 people go. So there'll be 5 people going next week. Each one of them will record 10 minutes of their presentation. Like, hopefully they'll finish their presentation in 10 minutes. It might go longer, that's fine. But I'm just saying you only have to get to 10 now. Okay? So they'll do their presentation, they'll put it in there. We'll watch it live. I'll probably talk about it as, you know, we watch it afterwards. And then you guys can then comment and ask your one question, at least one comment, okay? Once again, at least one question, at least one comment, and then the presenter has to respond to everybody, okay? So that way we'll be able to pay attention to your attendance, your participation, and the presentation every week, right? And then we should be done, like we were going to go all the way into the last week. I think with this, in theory, we should be able to get done earlier. And if not, if it seems like, oh, this is going to take too long, like I'm going to go back and check the roster. And if it takes too long, we can shorten it still. Okay? Can you put the new instructions on that? Yes. Yes, yes, no, absolutely. I'm definitely going to put the instructions online in the discussion board and in the announcements. I'll also put this link. I'll put a link to this video in the discussion board so you can watch that too. Should I create my own thread today? Yes, you can create your thread at any time. Anytime. I don't want to confuse it. Nope. Nope, create your I mean, it's not really that hard. They're going to click on it and go, oh, there's nothing here. Right? And then when the new... Here's the only problem, though. If you create it now, unless you respond to it, it's going to bump it further down. So until you respond to it, it won't pop back up. So it might lose itself. Okay? Are there any other questions? Comments? Concerns? Complaints? This should make you guys all happy. And there will be tests, right? You will, as I said, we got to keep those, got to get those grades back up. So you will have a test, but it's going to be open book. So if the notes are great or the video is great, okay. And with this, you'll have 5 questions from the presentation. All right, no opinion questions. Yes, quizzes. Like every week you have quizzes. You're gonna have one next week. But as I mentioned, they're gonna be open book, right? So I'm pretty sure that the quiz for next week is all gonna be about this video. So, you know, when you look at the questions, like, I have no idea. Watch the video. Attendance again, please. Attendance, you are going to respond. So for this week, you have to go to the discussion board, click on the thread, and then say, I have access to Blackboard, right? If you actually have access to Blackboard. It's A, so that I know that you're in the class, and B, that you can access what we're using where you are for the rest of the semester, okay? So that'll be your attendance that way, and your participation. Then, every other week, right? Every other week, we're gonna have 5 presenters, and then your participation and attendance will be marked by you going to their thread on the discussion board, posting at least 1 comment and 1 question. Okay? And then the presenters will have to answer all of the questions. And then that's how you get counted present. Okay? And you'll take the quiz. So you got those 2 things, right? And it'll be the end of the week. So that, you know, you'll have 1 week to accomplish it, everything. So from Wednesday to Wednesday. Okay. You're going to save the video, right? This video, yes. Yes, yes. This video is instantly saved. All the videos from here on out that we do are going to be saved so that I'll post, right? I'll just post the link to the discussion board. And so I'll have a thread that says, you know, archive of videos or past videos or something like that. Let's see. Do you have our updated grades in Blackboard yet? No. No. There are no updated grades. Well, I mean, wait a minute. I updated all the grades except for the last quiz. Oh, except for quiz 5 and 6. Yeah, I didn't do 5 and 6. So I'll do 5, and I'll give everyone a B for 6. Just as a guess, right? So I'll do 5, and that you'll get what you had for that, and then I'll give you a B for 6, because I'm pretty sure some of y'all messed that up too. How are we going to do the projects with the online process? We went over that like a lot. So just watch the video when it's over. I don't want to bore everyone again. Okay. Make sure you go to the discussion board. Right. New rules, discussion board. It's all coming within the next day. Okay. And then watch this video. Just go back and watch the video. With the presentations, because of working with different links, can we put it in the discussion board to make sure that it works? Because with Apple, sometimes it doesn't fully put everything up. Yeah, no. Put the link in the discussion board, in your thread, right? With your notes, with your PowerPoint, with whatever, in your thread. Make sure you do that. Okay, that's going to make it easier for everyone. You can put it in there, and if someone's like, oh, didn't catch it, you will still have time okay? Like, test it, of course, but even if it messes up, if for some reason it's like, oh, that didn't work, not, you know, don't worry about it. This is a new process. We didn't have anything really in place for this, so I'm not gonna be like, oh, you screwed up, you didn't check it, it didn't work, or I can't get it open. Nah. We'll work through it. We'll make it work, okay? So don't worry about that. That's not what I'm here to do. As I've always mentioned, I'm not here to fail you. So we're gonna take care of it, okay? So don't stress about that. Just make sure you do the work. 10 minutes, we'll be fine. Are the quizzes going to be timed? No. Well, yes. Not timed, no. You'll have from, I'll give it to you, and then you'll have until next Wednesday to do it. So you'll have an entire week to get it done. Did it go away? I'll just lock, yes. So you have a week. I will lock it. So you have a week. I mean, it's a long time to answer 5 questions. Any other questions? Concerns? Comments? Now's the time. Now's the time if you have any questions. I think it's going to be a pretty easy process, right? Fairly easy to move forward. We should be able to make this work without too much strain or struggle. And, oh, when you are recording your thing, please light, right? Have enough light in your thing. Right, have enough light in your video. It's kind of important. I just don't know how to post on YouTube. I need to learn. It's very easy. Once you have your video, right, you go to YouTube. There's a little camera at the top. And it has a camera with a plus in it. And you just click it. And then it says upload video. Done. Let us know when the 5 are chosen. Well, I'm going to give you guys... I'm gonna give you guys the next couple days, like till Saturday, or tomorrow. Nah, I'll put it in the discussion today if anyone is up for going first, and if not, by Friday I will tell everyone so that you still have a good 4 or 5 days to get prepared and make it happen. Okay? So that's one day. You have until tomorrow, right? And if I don't hear anything from people, I'll just make the announcement at Thursday night. Unless there's an easier way for me to do this. I think YouTube's the best way, to be honest. Take your phone, record it, go to YouTube, upload, bam, done. Now, I mean, if you're trying to edit, which, I mean, if you're trying to make something special, then you got to edit it, and you got to do all this stuff. You don't have to do that, right? Turn it on. Hi, how's it going? My name is this. This is what I'm doing. Done. Okay? So if there are any volunteers, please let us know in the discussion board. I will make that happen. Anyone else? Questions? Comments? Concerns? Complaints? The little sis wants a video of you reviewing your art tablet. They sent me a new one. They sent me a new one. I plugged it up yesterday, and it works. So I have to finish 2 videos for March. I got one coming out today. I got one coming out on Friday. And then April 1st, or the week of April 1st, you can set your clock to it. April 1st, there's going to be a review of the art tablet. By the way, kind of tested it a little bit. It's freaking awesome. Now, also, if you want, if you're like, oh, I forgot when it goes live or anything like that, if you want to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell. It'll instantly give you notifications just in case you're falling asleep, watching Netflix, whatever, right? It'll notify you. Otherwise, just be here by 5, because at 5 o'clock, that's when we're going to start reviewing everyone's work, okay? I have things that needed to be sniffed. Well, okay, so tell us about it, right? Yeah, improvise, because we don't have smell-o-vision, so you'll just have to tell us, or have someone else. If you have anyone else in the house, have them smell it, and then tell us what's going on. Okay? We'll just have to take your word for it. Okay, good. Good. Anyone else? If not, if you have no more comments, no more thoughts, no more questions, head on over to the discussion board and sound off over there so that I can count you guys present. I'll make sure to get the grades updated, and by the end of Thursday, I'll be letting people know who is going to be up to go. Okay? But I definitely need to make sure you guys all sign off. All right? Before I was going to speak and have a 2-minute here, should I put both video links in the discussion? Yep. It sounds great, because then I can queue them up, right? And then switch over and be like, oh, okay, when we watch it. So make sure that you... it depends. Is the video going to be in the end? Was it meant to be watched at the beginning, in the middle? Because if it's in the beginning, it'll be pretty easy. We can just, pause you and then click the video. Or you could just say that, no matter when it is. Like, this is where we will watch, a YouTube video. And then we can just pause you, put in the 2 minutes. You're going to have to wait. Or, we pause you, put in the 2 minutes, and then we'll just go from there. Still can't exceed 3 minutes. I mean, it'd be horrible if it was more than that now. I just cut the time in half. In the middle. Yeah, just once you get to where it's supposed to be, just say this is where we would watch the YouTube video. I'll pause the first video where you're talking, and then we'll watch the video, and then we'll come back to you. So when you're doing your recording, just say, this is where we would watch our YouTube video. Pause for a second, and then continue your presentation. All right, anyone else? Because if not, we'll be good. All right? Enjoy this day. Stay safe. Stay away from people. Wash your hands, as they say. If you are important and you have to be out there, keep your distance, stay safe. Look, there's no reason to get sick. I'm just happy that NSU took the steps to let everyone stay home, right? It was the right decision. Topic is anything, right? It is anything that you can defend and deals with art. Your topic is going to be whatever you want, as long as you can defend it, and it's about art. See, in my other classes, this is where I draw when there's quiet time. So, like I said, if we're all good, you can post in the chat, we're all good. And then we can end today. And like I said, you can enjoy it. Enjoy the day. Look out for the announcement of who's going. And then, you know. But we got more. Let's see, off topic. But how do you feel about the way the COVID-19 has been reported lately? I've been seeing a lot of learned in class. Man, I stay away from the news. I try my hardest to stay away from the news because they are, as we've talked about, right? They're sensationalizing the idea of freaking people out. And then on the other hand, they're like, oh, it's not that bad. But the thing is in the end, you gotta do your own research, right? We talked about that. You gotta, you can't take people on face value and be like, oh yeah, that's what they said, so it must be true. You gotta actually do your research, check on some resources, see if anything that they're saying is true. The thing is, this is bad, right? This virus is bad, and the best thing we can do is stay away from each other. And that's, to be honest, that's where we need to be. Is just keep your butt at home. I never thought it would be that bad. So many people never want to go to work. I don't want to go to work. Man, I can't believe I got to go to work. Now when they're telling you don't go to work, now everyone wants to go to work. Now everyone has to go outside. Now everyone likes water. Now everyone wants to go on walks. Right? But it's pretty bad. And the problem is that there are people who are asymptomatic, right? They have the virus, but they're really not getting sick. And that's great. That's great for them. The problem is that they're carriers, and then they come in contact with you. You have some compromised immune system, and then bam, you got the virus. And now all of a sudden, you're sicker than a dog, and then you got to go to the hospital. You're on a respirator and all that kind of stuff. The problem is that if thousands upon thousands of people are going to the hospital on these respirators, they don't have that, right? They just don't have that much stuff to take care of. And so in order to make sure that the hospitals aren't overloaded, they're telling people, look, just stay home. Stay home. Only go out if you have to. Wash your hands. Don't sneeze on people. Stay 6 feet away so if someone sneezes, you don't get covered all in your face. You know what I mean? So it's just something where if you can stay home, right? And the news will throw you on the far side one way or the other, because they're all like, there's no toilet paper, there's no water, there's no nothing. Look, I went, their places open, had to go to the grocery store. It had toilet paper, it had water. It didn't have a lot of toilet paper, right? But it had tons of water, but it didn't have a lot of stuff. Now you have to actually live like you care about the things you have, right? Like, oh, well, I can't just waste it. So people are getting a taste of what it's like to actually live a bit frugal. I don't know. I don't know, right? And you get to see how horrible people are. Right? Because they'll fight you over a roll of toilet paper. It's crazy. So, I don't know. You know what I mean? So, my rant. But yeah. Do you think NSU is handling the COVID the right way? UVA just gave everyone A's, and ODU is giving a pass-fail option. Everyone is kind of at war on this online process. Huh. I didn't know that UVA or ODU was giving that. See, and here's the problem. Like, I don't agree with UVA or ODU giving that, right? Because think about it. If you guys were on a pass-fail right now, you'd all fail. Well, not all, but you know what I mean? The majority of you would fail. And that's horrible. Because I had a plan to get you to the end, and then you'd be fine, right? You'd be able to pass, you'd be able to make it up, everything would be great. But if they're like, look, everyone, you're on a pass-fail, you guys decide, it's like, oh, well, crap, right? Because it's about the education, and giving everyone A's also not a good idea, right? Especially if you're trying to do something that requires you're the prereq for another class. So let's just say you didn't get it and you got like a D minus, this happens, you get an A, you go to the next class, everyone's like, oh, well, this person got an A, and then they give you super important, and then you screw it up. Engineering, nursing, anything like that to where it's like, oh, well, you should know these things. Now everyone gets set back. So to be honest, I don't really think that's a good idea to just give out grades or a pass fail, right? Because there are people who may have sucked at the very beginning or didn't get it, and now they're like, oh, I finally got it, right? And now, bam, bam, they get a couple more assignments, and boom, they're back up into passing range, maybe even B, maybe even an A, right? But at that point, they're like, well, sorry. At this point, you got a D minus, and that's not good enough for your major. You know what I mean? So I actually think NSU is doing its part to continue the education, right? And I think that that's what's important, is that you still can say, oh, well, I'm actually getting the education. Now, are there some classes that you could probably pull that off with? You know, pass, fail, A, out of the box, you know, history classes, maybe, you know, if you're not a historian, sure. But, man, if I had to give my studio classes just A's right off the bat, I mean, I'm sure they'd be happy, but they wouldn't be prepared for the next class. So, you know what I mean? As a student, give me my A, right? But as a teacher going, wait a minute, you got to come into my next class? You don't know what you're doing. Or having people coming from someone else's class into your class the next time, and you're like, oh, man, you were supposed to know this. Oh, okay, Corona happened. Right. Oh, my goodness. As a person who busts their butt all the time to try and make sure that, you know, I try and be one of the best, and especially when I was at school, all of a sudden, you know, I'm sitting on an A, and then all of a sudden Joe Schmo over there who did nothing all semester gets an A. Man, I would be hot. I think this is okay for some classes because you will be getting the next class know nothing. Right. For art history class, sure. You know, online teaching, not a problem. But I'm sure there's some hands-on nursing and construction and engineering and stuff like that. This is going to be tough. It's going to be tough, right? But I still think that as long as that information can get to you, we'll struggle through it and we'll get through it. You know what I mean? Should be allowed to fail, though. I don't think we should get A's, but I don't think anyone should fail completely. I can understand that. I can understand that because this is inconvenient to everybody, right? It's just hard. It's hard, and I can, you know what? I'm completely with you on that, right? I think that if there was enough setup, right? Unless you dug yourself into a hole, right? Like an unending, I didn't do any assignments for 10 weeks straight. These last 6 weeks wouldn't have saved you anyway, right? But if you're, you know, you were struggling, you were talking to your teachers and all that stuff, sure. Shouldn't fail. But I don't think that most people are going to fail. I mean, you're going to have to not come to class, right? You're going to have to not participate. You can't just ride that wave of, But if you're doing stuff, yeah, you shouldn't fail. There should not be a fail. Let's see, yeah, but what about the people who have professors that never cared to help the students trying to have a good grade? Yeah, I mean, you know, the problem is that it's not a one-size-fits-all, right? You're going to have jerk professors, right? They're not going to care. They're just going to do stuff and be like, right? But I wish I could say that I know that they're all good teachers and all that stuff, but some people, they're just going to be like, look, tough, deal with it. Whereas with me, I'm going, look, I'll grant you leniency. We're going to work this way. You know, it's like, hey, that didn't work. Don't worry. Try it this way. We're going to make it work, right? But not everyone's like that. But to try and get that information out, I think that's what's important, right? So handing out grades, I'll never be a fan of handing out grades. Never ever. But being able to go, you had to try really hard not to get a good grade here, or at least pass. Like, you actively tried to fail. At that point, it's your fault. Like, you chose to do that. You know what I mean? So with that said, I will never hand out grades. Never. In a class like health or PE, they should let us pass. No, here's the thing. So now, granted, okay, wait. I don't exactly know what happens in health, right? As far as what they make you do, but like PE, when they're like, hey, look, we got to get you to do some things. How hard is it going to be for you to put your camera and do some push-ups or some sit-ups, right? Jumping jacks, lunges, you know, do some activity. I don't really think that's going to be hard. You know what I mean? I just don't. I don't. I think there are creative ways. It's going to be up to the teacher, though. You know what I mean? Like, you can make this work. You just have to have, your teachers have to be willing to do it. And I know that we have a lot of teachers who are like, nope, we're not going to try, do this. And you're like, how am I supposed to do that? And like, I don't care, figure it out. But I think that, I'm hoping that a lot of people are going to go, look, we can make creative decisions on how to make this work, right? I mean, I'm streaming on YouTube, right? They're like, we want to do Blackboard Collaborate. And I'm like, you know what? I know that so many people have problems with Blackboard. And they were talking about, hey, you're going to find that there's a slowdown or there's too much capacity so people aren't going to be getting on. How would that be? I'm trying to start my class with you guys, and then it's like, oh, I'm sorry, there are too many people on right now, so we can't do that, right? That's poop, right? That sucks. But YouTube is meant for this, like, meant for this, so why not use it? So I'm going to, right? Once again, the rebel that I am, going outside of what they listed as number one. But honestly, they're like, look, as long as you get information to them, we don't really care as much, but we would like you to use this. But if you don't, make sure you get that information. Hey Joshua, what's going on? Is it hard for you professors to move your classes online, and how much of a struggle was it for the transition? So I do a lot of online stuff already, right? I stream on YouTube and on Twitch pretty much every week. So for me, you know, coming in and having the software and all that stuff, it was pretty easy. The hard part is doing studio classes where it's literally you're doing an assignment, I'm just there to facilitate and answer questions, right? Those are the hard classes because I have to prove that I'm doing something for these classes, and it's like, well, what do you want me to do? Like, I have to wait until critique day to really put on a show of this is what I'm doing, this is how we're learning. But I found ways, right? I have a studio class, and I'm like, look, we're doing character design. Great, I'm gonna do character design, right? I'll do it my way, and I'll talk you through what I'm doing. So there, like I said, you got to be creative. There's ways around it. You just got to make sure you do it. But I know that there are people are super struggling right now, super struggling, and I mean, you know. This is what separates the new generation, I guess, versus the old generation. Either you're gonna adapt and make sure that it works, or you're gonna struggle through it. And here's my discussion board: no video, no nothing. It's just all text heavy and boring, and that's where we're at. You know, so I feel sorry. You know, I feel sorry for a lot of people because they weren't expecting this. They've never done anything like this, and now they're being thrown into the deep end of technology and going, look, you got to do this. You have to do this. You got to figure it out. And that's hard. That's really, really hard. But how are your teachers handling it? I mean, you guys are all, I'm hoping, got some type of information from your teachers. As per usual, this class always like, hey, all right, we're gonna be done. Hey, wait, let's have some more discussions. I love this class. You guys are great. And it hasn't said a what? You've got to be kidding me, really? They haven't said anything? Oh, that's crazy. Ooh. That's frightening. Like, see, and stuff like that freaks me out because I'm like, why hasn't anyone said anything? We're almost, you know, this week is almost over as far as the classes go. Why hasn't anyone said anything? That's horrible. not all. Some of my professors don't even show up to live. What? How are you not even going to show up to your own live chat? That's horrible. Even the climate, I'm thinking about going back to AI and re-upping my pre-existing credits. Just not sure how to go about it. Well, there's a couple AIs. There are a couple AIs that are still available, that are still around. I know that there's the AI in Virginia Beach. They're still striving really well. One out in California. I think there's one out in Texas. And to be honest, you just call them. Oh, Atlanta. And you just call them. I have one that hasn't, that doesn't even answer it. You gotta answer emails. I mean, my thing is like, I am gonna be available all the time. I even stream outside of NSU, right? Like I said, I stream all the time. So if you do follow the channel, right, and hit the bell, it'll notify you when I'm live. And if you have a question at any time, just ask, right? And I'll answer. I'll stop what I'm doing and I'll answer it. But if you don't catch me on the stream, that's cool too, right? All you have to do is go and put something in the discussion board. I'm going to be checking those daily, and you'll get an answer within 24 hours. Okay, if you have a question, you will get an answer. All right? But to not, at this point, to not actually give any type of insight to your students, that's harsh. That's harsh. I have one that hasn't said anything either and hasn't responded to my email, and I'm supposed to grab. Oh! Well, here's the thing. Make sure that you keep a hold of your emails, right? And what I would suggest is email your department chair, right? Like email your department chair today and go, hey, haven't heard from this teacher. I'm starting to get worried. We've only got 6 weeks, you know, right? After this week, there's 6 weeks left. So it's like, we've only got 6 weeks left. I'm freaking out. I'm supposed to graduate. Like, what's going to happen? I need to talk to someone. Let them have until Monday. Like, if you email them today, let them have until Monday. And then if the department chair doesn't respond back to you, email the dean. Give them 3 days, right? And then if they don't respond, you email the provost, right? And you just keep going up the chain. Okay? Yeah. Well, that works. So, Sierra, YouTube, just same thing. Give them, you know, email your teacher. If you email them, they didn't hear anything, email the department chair. Give them a couple days, then email the dean. A couple days, email the pro. You know, just move it up the chain, and save your emails. Make sure you save them. Need that paper chain. I've had a teacher that hasn't graded anything since January 29th. Gosh, I want to be able to do that one day. Just be like, it doesn't matter. Mwah. Oh my goodness. Message retracted. That's crazy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that some of you guys are having a hard time, but I mean, you know, it's not like that's really anything new, right? There's problems at every school, so, but like I've said, you guys have the voice, all right? So you just got to let people know. Just email, and keep that paper trail, because that's what's going to be important, and that's what's going to save your bacon later on, right? Is the fact that you have proof that you actually did something. You don't just sit on it, right? Don't just be like, oh, well, you know, I emailed, but I didn't really care, and so I waited for 4 weeks and I didn't hear anything. That's not going to help you. But if you're emailing, you're like, I emailed on Wednesday, and then on Monday I emailed again, and then on Wednesday or Thursday I emailed again, and I emailed again, and nobody's getting back to me. You know, then when someone's like, hey, well, you should have did this, you can literally give them a stack of emails and go, I did. This is not my fault. You need to fix this. Right? So, geez, I'm sorry you guys are having a hard time. I am. I'm really sorry about that. Not gonna lie. I hate that only 2 of my classes post their grades on Blackboard. Really? Wait. Everyone's supposed to be posting their grades on Blackboard. Oh my goodness. Yeah, everyone's supposed to be posting on Blackboard. Like, it was a mandate campus-wide that we're using Blackboard. And the one thing there are two things that you had to do on Blackboard every semester. One, post your syllabus. Two, put your grades up on Blackboard. Oh my goodness. That sucks. That sucks a lot. Oh my goodness. Sorry to hear that. Wow. Wow. Once again, sorry. I'm truly sorry. That sucks. Sucks a lot. Well, seems like we're winding down. Does anyone else have any pending questions? Oh, what? Do you think COVID-19 is man-made? Well, see, the strand of coronavirus, I mean, there's a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of crazy conspiracy theories out there. I don't know. I really don't. Could be. Could be Mother Earth going, yeah, screw y'all too. You know? Like, I don't know. I don't know. All I do know is that we don't have an answer to it right now. And it is kicking our butt. Like, we just don't know how to handle it. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say that it was population control. I've heard people say it's a conspiracy to get Donald Trump reelected. Yep. You hear all those things, right? What are you going to do? Right? It's crazy. It's like, what do you do? So, you know, we've been saying that Bill Gates? Why would Bill Gates be behind it? The man's got more money than anybody. Hope it was fun. I intend to tune in more and soon, but for now, I have pizzas to deliver. Stay safe out there, Joshua. Oh my goodness. I mean, those are, and we could, you know, the thing is, we could go down a very deep and dark and evil rabbit hole if you want to play on these conspiracies. You know, we have no idea. But the one thing that I would love to see happen is us come together. You know, and that's not what happens. In times like this, so many people are ready to just chop you down. You know, I need that roll of toilet paper. Like, all right, so you punched me in the eye for that? Like, dude, it's not that serious. Here, my wash machine still works, so I'll figure out something, right? Why is all the rich people saying they have it? This is so strange. Oh, well, all the rich people are, you know, they're getting it too. Rich people, poor people, everybody's getting it, right? And that's why I just don't know. That's why I'm keeping in my little hole in my house. You know, if I have to go out, if I have to interact with someone, wash my hands, don't talk to people, you stay over there, right? I can talk to you this close. You don't need to be all up in my back pocket. And man, oh man, do I hate the fact when I go somewhere, because I go somewhere and then the person wants to, I'm like, why are you so close to me? Like, go away, back up. I don't like that anyway. Right? I hate it when people are so close, like, get off me. But I guess now I have a reason to tell them, like, go away. They are, you know, you see the airlines, now all of a sudden, like, flights are like $60, $100. They're like, hey, you should keep traveling, it'll be okay. There's some celebrities that have it since they interact with fans in interviews. Yep. I heard there was a cure and a man died from it. Really? I don't know about all that. I didn't hear that. Something to look up, find out. All them kids that went to Florida got it too. Well, yeah. Okay, look. People are like, look, there's a pandemic. Thousands of people have died. Keep your butt at home. Man, I'm 21. It's spring break time. I want to get lit up. Why? You gonna die? It only affects old people. No, it does not. No, it doesn't. Look, I know a lot of you are young and you feel invincible, but listen, don't be stupid. Okay, don't. Stay at home. Stay at home. The medical attention is crazy now. With the virus now, they barely help others. I had an allergic reaction to the unknown 3 weeks ago and still break out in hives. Oh no! That vaccine won't be ready till next year. Ooh, that's a long time. No, Taylor, the doctors just called and asked if I wanted to get my daughter the vaccine for it. Hell no. Yeah? Yeah, we don't know what it is yet. You know, you got to get a couple other people tested on that. If you don't need it, you know what was really bad? So when we like quarantined ourselves, we're like, all right, we're just going to stay away and only leave when we have to. My daughter came down with strep. And it was like, what? Oh no, don't be sick. And we went to the doctor, like, oh no, your daughter's got strep. I'm like, sweet, here's some antibiotics. Awesome. And why don't American people prepare when it was happening, joking? Because nobody takes it serious. Nobody takes it serious. They're like, oh, that's affecting them. We're America. We are America. Nothing happens to us. I mean, there's one good thing about being a huge family. We have to buy in bulk anyway. So it was like, oh, this is bad? Oh, okay. Well, I just went shopping, so I'm good for a little bit. All right? So, girl needs to be gone by June. I had plans for the summer. So did I. Like, there's one big, huge convention that I really hope gets fixed. But here's the thing, though. If they're like, all right, in June, everything's cleared up. Man, I ain't going nowhere in July. I ain't trying to die. Put a whole bunch of people together that have it, and they're like, hey, we know we said we cured it, but here's the super coronavirus. Nah. No. No. The vaccine ain't ready yet. No, it's not. They're still testing people. They are still testing people. Do not go out there and be like, oh, you know what would be fun? I'm going to go test this. Let them fix it. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Because everyone thinks this is the basic flu and everyone is over-exaggerating. They're right. But, I mean, we've had it, what? 2 months now? I guess? Right? It's hit the States. And we've got deaths. Deaths. Not sickness. Deaths. Right? And places that have had it for months are thousands. Thousands of people have died. Nope. Let's see. High schools are going crazy. They can't experience senior activities. It's true. It's true. But you know what? I'd rather not. You know, they'll figure out something, right? You guys are creative. They're creative. They'll have a post-prom prom. They'll figure something out. The Navy even shut down and have work from home. Wants us to open up. Yeah, that's not happening. You ain't opening up nothing in April. Really can't even go nowhere. I know. They've shut down everything. They're like, no, you need to stay home. Donald Trump planned this video. Jesus is gonna. Yep. That's true. I mean, I don't know. I'm not trying to go down the hole, right? And be like, yes, conspiracies. I just can't. I can't. But who knows what's happening? All I know is stay safe. You know, it's just like any type of technology, right? When they're like, hey, we got this brand new computer and it works awesome and it does all these things and life is amazing. The people who get that first gen, there's always bugs and fixes and it's like, oh, that didn't work. Oh, wait, you know what? No, we have that version 2. Come and get it or download this patch or do that. You know what? I'll wait for version 3. Right? I'll wait for version 3. We'll be good. Implanted because his businesses are being affected right now. Yeah. And apparently they're trying to push this like $2 trillion stimulus for the COVID-19 virus, and in the bill it literally said, like, it was like this bill cannot help any of Donald Trump's businesses or enterprises or subsidiaries or anything that can be traced back to Donald Trump. And then it broke down all of the like cabinet and all this. It can't help them. It's not for them, right? So they're like, yeah, we ain't playing that. No. I never thought this would happen in my lifetime, though. Yeah. No one. That's the thing. You just don't. You take stuff like this for granted. We're not plagued with viruses and diseases and stuff like that. So you don't even think about it. You're like, why would this happen? And here we are. Here we are. This is how he came into contact with people. It's real easy to forge stuff. It's real easy to forge stuff. I'm sure he does. People of the cabinet are coming down with it, or he wasn't tested, or they were not tested. You know what I mean? So it's just the way it is, right? Just the way it is. All right, well, we're not going to sit here and complain about our current president. We're not going to do that. There's enough talk about COVID-19. So unless you got some more questions about how we're going to move forward, I'll see you guys in the discussion board, right? Make sure you sound off there. And if you want to go first, if you want to be one of the first 5 to get it over with, I'll put a little thing in the discussion forum to be like, hey, are there any volunteers? And we'll go from there. You can just say, yeah, me, I'm like, all right, cool. But if not, we can sign off. It's been an hour. You guys stuck with me. That's great. You look sick. I think, yeah, like I said, you just might not be tested, trying to keep the front of we America are strong. So I don't know. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and call it. I'll see you guys at the next stream. Okay, we'll definitely have that once again. Wednesday, 5 o'clock, there'll be a stream. We'll be looking over the 5 people and their presentations. Make sure you go to the discussion board. That's how you get your participation and be counted for attendance. All right? All right, so see you guys. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Keep your butt at home, okay? If you don't need to go outside, don't. Just stay home. Let's help stop or slow down the progress of this virus, okay? Let the hospitals have a chance to actually catch up and take care of the people who are sick, okay? All right, I'll see you guys later. Take care.